For update on sports stories across the globe, Aron Akerejola and Iyomon join us live from Cote d'Ivoire. How are you guys doing? Very warm welcome. Birthday boy! Happy birthday, Aron.
Happy birthday, Aron.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Vimba. I must say, Vimba, good morning to you, Vimba. Good morning to you, Ayo. And also good morning to you, Rufai. I'll be hoping that the Super Eagles today would actually give me a massive birthday gift by getting a huge win against the host, Ivory Coast, today at the Ouattara Stadium later on this evening, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. But to get it started, of course, the first batch of matches actually ended yesterday with some notable wins. Of course, Ivory Coast actually started off on a very sound win on the very first day of AFCON 2023. And not forgetting the Teranga Lions of Senegal showing credibility when it comes to trying to defend that title they won in Cameroon. And yesterday, pre-tournament favorites once again talking about the Atlas Lions of Morocco, showing huge confidence and also dexterity in the game as they actually won 3-0. Very convincing. One of the most convincing performances of this particular draw and this particular tie at the moment. As we move on from all that, let's actually just put it in. The Super Eagles, all eyes are on the Super Eagles today because they take on the host, the Elephants of Ivory Coast, with the hope that they can right the wrongs of match day one against Equatorial Guinea, get the needed win, and put ourselves on a very, very positive stead ahead of the final group game against Guinea-Bissau, with the hope that we can actually qualify straight out of the group, top of the group, and make life easy for us in the next round. And let's talk about one man who has decided that at the moment he will turn to God. Talking about Jose Pizarro, the Portuguese tactician, has said, God gives, God takes. This is almost reminiscent of a reverend father in front of a grave, talking and trying to admonish his faithfuls that life is bigger than what we see here on the physical plane, that the metaphysical has sometimes, or the metaphysical plays a huge role in trying to determine what happens in the physical. But one thing is certain, from the get-go when he was appointed, he said his goal was to win the Nations Cup. He didn't cover himself in glory against Equatorial Guinea. His tactics have to be spot on. His energy and also the energy he transmits to the players have to be top-notch because these players need to deliver, stick the ball into the back of the net, and concede little or nothing today.
Well, more stories from the Super Eagles camp. Yesterday we had Super Eagles legend J.J. Okocha visit the camp of Super Eagles to motivate them ahead of the game. Definitely, they need all the motivation they need to get ahead of this final, before the final. And we have another man, that's Kelechi Iheanacho, who has come out to say he's ready to face off the Elephants of Ivory Coast. Hopefully his addition will make Nigerians and Super Eagles forget the absence of Al-Hassan Yusuf.
I must say that that's a huge addition and a huge boost to the ranks of the Super Eagles at this moment in time.
All right, Aaron, couple of things. What's the atmosphere like? And I understand it's going to be at the state, not at the Ofegwanye Stadium in Plateau. So this is going to be at the northern part of Abidjan, almost outskirts of town. What's the expectation like? What's the feel among the Nigerian community? And Aron, a little bird tells me that yes, you want them to win to be able to help you have a good birthday. But what if they don't win?
Let's not be pessimistic here.
Okay, Amy said let's not be pessimistic. But a loss is not the end of the world.
Okay.
The truth is this, of course, the Alassane Ouattara Stadium was built for this particular purpose, to host some of the biggest matches in football on the continent. And it will be hosting one, which will be the game, the Elephants of Ivory Coast against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Speaking about the permutations, a draw is not a bad result. The most important thing going into this particular game is not to lose our heads, is not to be nervy. All we need to do is to ensure we do not lose today. If we're able to avert a loss, then there is still hope hoping that by the time the Super Eagles will be kicking the ball by 6 p.m. Nigerian time, we would know our fate, because Equatorial Guinea will be going against Guinea-Bissau 3 p.m. Nigerian time, and that will give a better complexion and a better reality to what the group will look like, because a draw in that particular game will mean that the Super Eagles will not be under pressure, and going into the final group game against Guinea-Bissau, we just know that we need to win that game, and that game is winnable.
Thank you. Now, very quickly, Aron, and just to mention that the weather, I know when it comes to football, AB and Aron, thank you so much. When it comes to football and the performance of teams, you consider every single factor. We've heard about the weather, how humid, how hot it is in Ivory Coast. I know Nigeria is very hot, but they say the heat there is one, for our learning, if I put it in common parlance. What do you think would affect the play-in this afternoon? How's the weather like? I see you're dressed really lightly. You're in a T-shirt, Aron and AB. Can you share with us what's the weather like, and do you think it would favor the Ivorians, since that's, they're used to that, or Nigeria can also benefit from this? AB?
The weather is crazy hot. Not only is it hot, the air is stuffy.
Yes,
it's
stuffy,
very
actually.
stuffy. So for people who have not stayed here for a while, and let's not forget that the Super Eagles just rushed in, but that should not be an excuse whatsoever. But the weather is really hot. Maybe they're already having that as a justification ahead if they do not win this game. But I know that all things being equal, with all seriousness, with the mentality, and why not? The funny thing is that looking at this Ivory Coast team, they do not even have all the players in their arsenal available to them. So if Nigeria were to complain about injuries, they also have injured players as well.
Star
players, players who were even exempted from the team too. So I think Nigeria should just be able to weather the storm, forget the fact that the weather is hot, and go in with the fact that we cannot afford to lose this game against Ivory Coast. A loss will mean that their chances will almost be
little or nothing. We'll be hoping to get in through the back door.
Yes.
Well, through the back door, however way we get it, we just want to stay really far away from having to be mathematicians this time around. Aron, Akerejola, Iyomon, thank you so much for your contribution there from Cote d'Ivoire.